Hi, I'm Lynette Brown. We started off a little bit different today on our Mystical Monday, didn't we? I feel really called today to connect with you, since this is we had this in New Orleans being hit by, Hurricane Ida. The power of and the force of nature that came in, and the energy that was expanded in that was so strong that it reversed the flow of the mighty Mississippi River, right? The second longest river in the US, connects from Canada all the way down to the Gulf, right, through New Orleans. And here comes a Category 4 storm, Ida, comes in, and that power and that energy, according to the U.S. Geological Survey gauges that they had, reversed the flow of the river for 4 hours. And because nature is so important, and because it's such a descriptor, not only symbols but messages and guides for us, it's important to take a look at that, right? And a river moving backwards, right? It's not common. It does happen, right? During, earthquakes and tornado, these, big earth events. And we want to remember, because of the universal law of oneness, we are completely connected and we're part of that. And even if we're not living in Louisiana or in New Orleans, where, or the areas where the storm came in and are impacted and not, living without electricity, it's still a part of us, right? So if it's in our awareness, it means it's a part of us. So I want to take some time to connect with the energy of this storm, of the people in New Orleans and the surrounding areas who are impacted yet again. Exactly on the 16th anniversary of Katrina comes Hurricane Ida. I love New Orleans. I love Louisiana. I have family and friends there, and it's a very special, special place. So I want to send out energy to all the land, to the people, to the animals, to everything that's been impacted, not to fix it, but in the space of understanding that this is creating something bigger, right? This is making room, and that Mother Nature is not something to be messed with, right? Which is why it's so powerful working with the runes, right? I have to bring runes in, right? As I'm learning more and more and connecting with them, with my teacher, Ingrid Kincaid, I have learned that these ancient beings can really guide us. So I was asking, how can we get support, or how can we send energy, or what's the message behind a river going backwards in this storm? And what came to me, the runes that I pulled was Hagalaz, which I'm going to show that to you. Hagalaz, Os, like an F with some little wings on it, and Laguz. And each of these runes represent, like the Hagalaz is all about elemental power, right? And it's the forceful storms and weather energy, and it tells us to pay attention, to take shelter and notice, right? Notice the chaos. So let's ask ourselves, is there any chaos in my life that I may not be paying attention to? And that reverse movement is to take a look. In reversing, you stop and slow down, right? And I've been receiving the guidance to slow down, right? And maybe this is another amplification for me, right? And then Os. right, is the rhythmic movement, right? Oh, this energy works with the rhythm and the movement of tides, of breath, the cyclical, right? And again, it's like, it asks, is there chaos? What's moving in and out of your life? What do you want to allow in this ebb and flow, right? Where's the resistance? And then Laguz, which to me is a magical rune, represents water, river, movements, emotions, right? Because water is a reflection of emotions, right? It's also about shape-shifting. Because water, think about it, water takes on all different kinds of forms, right? Steam, ice, right? But this rune is interesting because it works with your intuition, right? And knowing that there's magic and how everything returns to the earth. Water, all the, rivers go to the oceans, right? So let's take a moment. I want to guide you through a really quick exercise where you can stop and just for a moment and reflect in the movement of your life. And is there anything that you need to deposit, right? Anything you need to let go of? Anything that needs a forceful storm to come through and blow that energy out, right? We don't need that. We can do that at a time. We don't have to have that, right? Okay, so just really quickly, because I appreciate your time and you being here, just breathe in and get close and comfortable to the rhythm of your in-breath and your out-breath. Noticing that your breath is part of the cycle of nature. Yeah, it's part of the rhythms of the planet and of all that is. And as you connect deeper with your breath, see if you can feel yourself connected to the earth, like you feel grounded. That's why I'm kind of sitting on the ground, actually, because I wanted to feel deeply grounded. Feel that groundedness. Feel your root chakra and that grounding cord that's hip distance, plugged deep into the core of Mother Earth. And feel how supported you are. And that breath, keeping that breath in the rhythm. Good. And now ask your divine guidance, ask that inner knowing, that wisdom within you. Is there anything that I need to pay attention to? Is there anything in my elemental power, my inner strength, any way I can tap and connect more deeply into that? And just receive your guidance. Feel the energy cycling through, in through your breath, all the way down and out of your body. Noticing that rhythm and what you're willing to let move out of your life. Maybe it's anxiety and stress. Maybe it's some resistance. Maybe it's something you're holding on too tightly to. And Laguz says, this is awakening. This is a time for clearing, right? This move through this. Release your attachments. receive that guidance. And right now, for just a moment, if you would honor me and just taking a breath and being present to your heartbeat and sending energy from your heart chakra to the Hurricane Ida area, all that area, for all those people, animals, everybody and everything that's been impacted by this movement of nature. Sending love and support, especially to New Orleans, a town who's been hit so many times, 16 years later, yet again, and still it rises. New Orleans is such an incredible example of the human spirit, not giving up. Thank you, and thank you for taking the time. I know it was a little bit longer today, but I appreciate you joining with me in the energy to support the storm area, the storm impacted area of Louisiana. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and we'll see you next Monday. Have a mystical week. Mwah! Take care, y'all.